Thanks, Ria. 7 o'clock on the dot, and we begin with breaking news. The Supreme Court of Canada has shot down the Prime Minister's hopes of a quick fix for the Senate. The High Court says Stephen Harper's plans to impose terms limits on senators and to create an election process for choosing nominees can't be done by the federal government alone. Such reforms would require amendments to the Constitution with the approval of at least 7 provinces, representing 50% of the population. Harper has threatened to abolish the upper chamber if his plans don't get the go-ahead. The problem with that plan is the judges have warned getting rid of the Senate would require all 10 provinces to agree. We certainly have not heard the last of that story. In other news, a Surrey woman has been identified as Vancouver's 5th homicide victim of the year. Police believe T. Yen Lee died as a result of a targeted attack. The 33-year-old was found in medical distress yesterday morning near Brockton Oval in Stanley Park. She received medical treatment but was later pronounced dead. Lee was known to police, although it's unclear how. The area was closed for much of the day as investigators scoured for clues. Meanwhile, an arrest has been made in the connection with a fatal incident a year and a half ago. A 33-year-old woman has been charged with dangerous driving causing death and dangerous driving causing bodily harm. She was allegedly behind the wheel of a speeding SUV that ran a red light at Joyce and Kingsway in November of 2012. A 19-year-old woman died and a 21-year-old man was badly injured.
In this case, the challenges didn't involve locating or identifying the suspected driver. It's the police forming reasonable grounds to believe that this was actually the driver, and that the driver, what we believe at this point, did go through a red light and was driving dangerously at the time. So that were the challenges in this case, was for us to get evidence to show that happened.
There was potential for another disastrous crash in Surrey over the weekend. RCMP pulled over a Ferrari going 180 kilometers an hour. That's a full 100K over the area's speed limit. Making matters worse, a child was in the car. The 49-year-old driver was fined $483 and the vehicle impounded for a week. Ottawa has suspended restaurants from its controversial temporary foreign worker program until further notice. Federal Employment Minister Jason Kenney enacted the moratorium only hours after the C.D. Howe Institute announced the program had spurred joblessness in BC and Alberta. 3 McDonald's franchises in Victoria have come under fire over claims foreign workers were given priority work status. Kenney says his ministry will not process any new or pending applications for temporary foreign workers, and the moratorium will remain in effect until the completion of an ongoing review. And in Ottawa today, political dignitaries will gather for the funeral of Herb Gray, who spent almost 4 decades as a Liberal MP. Gray died last Monday at the age of 82. He held a number of cabinet posts before retiring from active politics 12 years ago. Canada's top military officer has ordered an internal review of programs and policies to combat sexual misconduct within the Canadian Forces. General Tom Lawson, the Chief of Defence Staff, took the action after a report in Maclean's magazine said sexual assault in the military is at epidemic levels. Lawson says he's disturbed by the report and says sexual misconduct is not tolerated in the military. We're expecting to learn more today from the BC Public School Employers Association about the state of contract talks with the province's teachers. The chief negotiator for the government is set to provide an update on this morning. BC's 41,000 teachers have been without a contract since last June, and wages, class size, and composition, remain a stumbling block. Union boss Jim Eicher says the government and employer refused to budge on a proposed 10-year contract, wages, and putting class size and composition back into the collective agreement. Things are back to normal in the Willoughby area of Langley this morning after a major police operation yesterday. A busy stretch of 72nd Avenue was closed down while officers raided a suspected drug lab. Members of Surrey and Langley RCMP were on scene along with the regional drug lab team decked out in hazmat suits. It's unclear what the operation was allegedly making. A number of outbuildings on the property were also searched. Still in Langley, some scary moments for residents of an Aldergrove trailer park. A fire broke out at one of the mobile homes yesterday morning. It's believed the blaze started when the owner left something on the stove.
It wasn't the best alarm I've ever had. Mom coming in and yelling that the house next to us is on fire. Run out and the flames were coming up, just about setting our place on fire. It was a rude awakening, yeah.
The trailer was destroyed and the unit next to it damaged, with the outer wall partially burned. 7:05 sports now. Tens of thousands of people are gearing up for the 30th annual Sun Run. Organizers are expecting about 45,000 people to take part in the Sun Run on Sunday. Over the years, more than 1 million people, or about 1 out of every 4 BC residents, has participated in this event. This year, runners will be restricted to only 3 lanes on the Burrard Bridge because of construction. Organizers don't foresee that being a problem.
It's about getting people, out, learning how to be healthy. We have running clinics all over the Lower Mainland that start in January every year, and we have thousands of people that have taken that and gone on to run not only 10Ks, but marathons, half marathons, and other endurance events.
You can still register in person for the Sun Run today, and up to 5 o'clock tomorrow evening at BC Place. There will be road closures and traffic disruptions in the downtown core on Sunday.